Hello guys, and welcome back to another class of our course about the complete introduction to programming with Java. So in this class we are still going to talk about loops, and what I want to do today is really talking about the while loops. So for the purpose of this course and basically to understand them a little bit more, what I plan to do is basically create a test that could be of 2 questions or more than 2 questions, and really creating something that is pretty simple. So basically what's going to happen is that you will ask your user, hey, what is the answer to this question? And if the person answers the right answer, what's going to happen is that we are going to pass him to the next question. In the case that the person has the wrong answer, we are simply going to tell the person, hey, you had the wrong answer, try again. So you'll see it's pretty simple. And basically, it will help you learn about the other type of loops, which is the while loop. So basically, the difference between the for loops and the while loops, basically for loops, we know exactly how many tries we are going to have. So we can have 10 tries, 20 tries, 100 tries, 1 million tries. In the while loop, the number of tries is basically unlimited. So we don't know how many tries we can have. Of course, it's possible to end a script of while loops, so basically after 5 or 10 tries, just stopping everything. But once again, right now we're simply going to create our test to understand how it all works. So let's start. All right, so pretty simple. What exactly we are going to need? So as always, we're going to need to import our scanner. So with this line of code right there. And what we're going to do at first is basically writing down the variables that we are going to need. So basically at first what we need to do is, as I said, creating our scanner. So as always, scanner, we are going to store it inside of scan, and we're going to create a new scanner. Here we go. All right. So right now we have our scanner ready. So now what we're going to do, well, basically it's possible to create a variation of the test where we're asking the person its name first, and then the person says, my name is something, and then we tell the person, hello X, welcome to the test. So right now we're just going to do something pretty simple. We're just going to write down welcome to the test and really focus more on the while loops. But if you want to modify it to basically practice what we saw at the beginning of this course, it's up to you. So let's do it. So right now what we're going to do, we are simply going to basically print welcome to the test to the person. Great. So here we're going to write down welcome to the test. Here we go. All right, great. So right now we have everything that we need. Well, basically the first step is done. We tell the person welcome to the test. Now we need to create our first question. So we don't need to create something that is too complicated. Basically, if the person has the right answer, the person has the right answer. So we're going to write it down right there. Here we go. So basically we're going to have 2 questions. So question number 1. What is, let's say, 2 plus 2 in letters? So basically the person will have to write down 4 in letters once again. And here we're going to store the answer of the person. So we're going to create a variable that we are going to call ans1, which will be our answer number 1. So here we go, string, and basically we are going to store the variable ans1 inside of it. And what we want to do is basically ask our user to basically answer the question. So we're going to write down scan.next because we're working with strings. There we go. Great. Right now, what we're going to do, we are going to create our while loop. So before creating our while loop, we need to think about the conditions that we are going to need. So what exactly we need to write down, it's pretty simple. We want our answer 1 to be equal to basically 4. So if the answer 1 is not equal to 4, we are going to rerun the while loop. And this is exactly what we're going to write down. So while the answer 1 is not equal to 4, we will rerun the while loop again, and again until it's equal to 4. So how exactly we write this down? It's pretty simple. So write down while until, so in other words, until answer 1. So pretty important, adding this little thing right here because you don't want it to be equal to 4. Equals, in this case, 4. So until the answer is not equal to 4, we want to rerun our while loop. So something that is pretty simple in this case. So basically what exactly we want to ask the person if, for example, we need to rerun the while loop. So pretty simple, we'll just tell the person you had the wrong answer, try again, what is 2 plus 2? So system print ln, and what exactly we're going to write down. So basically, as I said, we're going to write down you had the wrong answer, try again, what is 2 plus 2 in letters? There we go. Basically, what we need to do right now is allowing the person to try again. So we are going to bring our variable right here. So our variable answer 1, which is there. So ans1, and basically we are going to store inside of it the answer of the person. So basically this is the first answer that the person gives. If it works, well, it's good. We go directly to the next question. If it doesn't work, basically those lines of code will repeat themselves. So basically this line of code will run, you had the wrong answer, try again, what is 2 plus 2? And then we are going to have our variable, which is there, and the person will have another chance to try. So the person will try, the while loop will run again, and if it's equal to 4, we'll pass to the next question. So once again, write down scan.next. Here we go. And now what we can do basically to be sure that everything works fine, well, we'll just add another line of code that says to the person, great, you had the right answer. I can just copy this. Here we go. Great, you had the right answer. All right, so what we can do is simply try this first part of our code. So when we run it, what will happen? Welcome to the test. So question 1, what is 2 plus 2 in letters? So let's say I write down 4. You had the wrong answer. Try again, what is 2 plus 2 in letters? 1. So as you can see, it runs again and again and again. So write down 4. Great, you had the right answer. End of the test. So now the next step is pretty simple. We need to create a second question. So what we can do for a second question, basically you guys can write down whatever you want. Basically, let's say our second question will be I don't know, question 2, what is the capital of Canada? Let's write it like this. Question 2, what is the capital of Canada? Or let's just say, where is Toronto? So where is Toronto? Great, so basically Toronto is in Canada, for those who don't know. So this is the question that we're going to ask to the person. So basically what exactly we need to do right now before writing down our second loop, we need to create another variable where we're going to store our answer. So basically right now the answer number 1 is stored here, but we need to create a second variable where the person will basically be, be able to store its answer or write down its answer. So here we're gonna put our second variable. So string answer 2 will be equal to There we go. All right. So basically this is number 2. So basically this is where the person will write down its second answer. So our first answer is stored inside of answer 1. Our second answer will be stored inside of answer number 2. So what we're going to write down right now is pretty simple. It's pretty much the same concept. So while answer number 2 is not equal to Canada, so if it's not equal to Canada, we want to return false. And if it's equal to Canada, we want to return great, you passed the test. So how exactly we're going to do this? So we are going to recycle this while loop at first. So we're going to use some part of it and simply modify it a little bit. Here we go. So first of all, the first thing that we're going to change, we are not working with answer number 1 anymore. We're working with answer number 2. There we go. So basically, if answer, just deleting those elements. So until answer number 2 is not equal to, in this case, Canada, we want to return something. So here it's answer number 2 as well. So until answer number 2 is not equal to Canada, we want to return to the person, you had the wrong answer. Please try again. So once again, pretty simple. The person will simply try again. And here we're going to store our answer number 2. So just to recapitulate the code, pretty simple. What's happening right now? So if the person made it to the question number 1, great, you had the right answer. Question 2, where is Toronto? So right now here we're going to store our answer. If it works, if it's Canada the answer, then great. We're telling the person, great, you have passed the test. If not, well, no big deal. We simply ask the person to try again. So if the person passed the test successfully, just reuse this. Great, you passed the test. All right. So basically, if the person make it here, we will return this. Great, you passed the test. If not, we're simply going to return this line of code until the person writes down Canada. So if we try it out, welcome to the test. Question 1, what is 2 plus 2 in letters? So if we write down 4, you had the wrong answer, try again. So let's say I write down 5, it doesn't work. So I write down 4, great, you had the right answer. Question 2, where is Toronto? So let's say I write down Canada with small letters. You had the wrong answer, please try again. So Canada with a capital letter right here, Canada, there we go. Great, you passed the test. So right now we have a test that works perfectly, as you can see. So we have 2 questions, and basically right now you should understand a little bit how works the while loop. So as you can see, it's not that complicated. How it works, it will simply rerun a part of code until you have the answer. So basically, until answer number 1 is not equal to 4, the code will rerun. But once the answer is equal to 4, basically what's going to happen is that we're going to pass the next question. So this is basically the logic behind the while loop. So this is why we don't necessarily know how many answers will it contain. So it can contain 1 answer, it can contain 1 million answers. We don't know. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.